Hi. So in this refactoring exercise, we're going to take some existing code and we're going to add getters and setters in the class, which will give us a defined API and a much better way of laying out our code. And I'll show some different styles for compactness that we can use. All right. So in this exercise, we're going to be adding getters and setters to an existing class, and you can see it here on the left. It's called node from some previous coding that we were doing. And you can see right now, it is a class, does have a constructor to set some of these attributes on instantiation, but then it's pretty much free form. There's no control or no idea or changes, no idea what's really going to happen for getting and setting these. It's kind of free form and open the way that JavaScript works. So what we're going to do, and I'm just going to use a screenshot in this case to show you the result instead of having you have the joy or the pain of watching me do all the typing. I'll show you what I did to change this. So let me do the reveal here. By the way, I did add this capitalize, which didn't exist, so that's one reason. But as you can see, there's a lot more code here, and that's somewhat interesting. Often refactoring means less code, but that's not the goal of refactoring. Less is frequently more, but in this case, we're addressing some different issues about providing this API-like way to get and set attributes, which you'll see in many languages, of course. And you can now do this in JavaScript. So before, we still have the same constructor. We still pass in the same parameters, although you notice that the default's been moved away here. And that's kind of nice because code coverage will usually say there's two paths to check here. So this reduces it to one. And you can see this these sets are pretty much the same, except for the underscores, and that's to use the underscore name as it's an indication that it's a private attribute, and we have to go through the getters and setters, and you'll see them here. And I've done a number of different approaches here, or a couple of different approaches to show how. Here I've used very short forms because I'm just returning it or null, empty string rather, which is basically replacing that. So you can see for the get and the two gets for left and right, I can just simply do a one-liner. For the get of name, I decided to show a little bit more code to that, so it does this capitalized function where it basically takes the first character, uppercases it, and adds in the rest of the string. So in this case, I didn't do a one-liner. I've got a more standard little three-liner here with the braces and the return. And then we have this method here, which is being called. So this now separates out the getters and the setters. And you can see here the three setters. They just do this basic thing here. But anything that I wanted to change, any authorization or any control I wanted to do, and anyone that's reading this code will really know that, you know, if I'm in a getter, I better not be setting that attribute, and if I'm in a setter, it's pretty clear what my intent is. So, better documentation, better control. There we go. Thank you.